Today's lesson is solving systems by using substitution. Our last lesson was solving systems by using graphing, where we figured out where the two lines met to find out where the lines meet by graphing them. But this time we're going to solve them by using substitution. Substitution will work if they're not perfect numbers, they're not whole numbers, or they're opposites. So let's go over how to do that. Okay, on example 1 we have solve each system by using substitution. If we look, we have that y equals -4 plus 8, and we also have that y equals x plus 7. So I can either substitute this number in for y here, or I can substitute this number in for this y. It does not matter which one you do. You're going to substitute them in. So I'm going to make them a different color because they're the same. I don't want them green. So I'm going to take the top number and substitute it in for the bottom y. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to put it -4x plus 8. I substituted that in for y equals x plus 7. So notice I took away the y's. There's no more y's in my equation for right now. So now I'm going to find out what x equals. So I'm going to do it's a multi-step equation. So I'm going to bring the 4x over to the other side. So 8 equals 5x plus 7. Remember, you can bring the x over to the other side. It doesn't matter which way you do it. And then you subtract 7. So I have 1 equals 5x. Then divide by 5. So x equals 1/5. Now, that is my first step. That's step 1. Now, I have to find out what y is. So I'm going to make that purple. I'm going to use purple. I'm going to substitute this 1/5 in for either one of these. It doesn't matter for x. I'm going to do the bottom one because it's so much easier. If you look at it, it says y equals 1/5 plus 7. Either way you do it, you'll get the same answer. So 7 plus 1/5 equals 7 1/5. Y equals. Now, if I wrote a coordinate with it, I'll make that black. X goes first, if you remember, and that would be 1/5. And then y, so 7 1/5. And there's your answer. Let's try it again. B, this one's a little different. You don't have y equals on both of these. But on B, I do have y equals on one of them. I have y equals 2x right here. So I'm going to substitute that in for this y right here. So I'm going to have 7x minus, and then I have 2x right here, equals 15. Notice I substituted it in for y. I just plugged it in, took away the y. So now I can do it. 7x minus 2x. That's 5x equals 15. Divide by 5. X equals 3. Okay, so I have my x. Now I'm going to go to my y. I'm going to plug this in for this one. That one's the easiest one. I want to find out what y equals. So y equals 2 times 3 which equals 6. So now I know what y equals. So now I can do my coordinate. X goes first, 3. Y goes second, 6. C is just like A, so I'd like you to try it by yourself. Put me on pause, substitute them, and see if you do all the work, and check and see if you did it correctly when you're finished. All right, so I have it where negative x plus 1 equals 2x plus 4, but remember, you can switch it, so it could be 2x plus 4 equals negative x plus 1. It doesn't matter which way, you're still going to get the same answer. I brought the negative x over to the 2x, and then I subtracted 4, and then I divided by 3, so x equals negative 1. And then I showed you both ways. If I plugged in negative 1 into both of these equations up at the top, you will still get 2 for your answers. So I just wanted you to check that out. Let you know it would work for both. Okay, D. D is a little different. It has more than just 2x. B has just y equals 2x, where D has y equals 3x minus 3. So you're going to plug this whole thing into y. So you're going to have your x, bring it down, x plus, and then you have 3x minus 3 equals 1. And then I'd like you to put me on pause, and I would like you to do the rest of the work and check and see if you did it correctly. When you're finished with your work, check and see if you did it correctly. Alright, so I did the rest of the work. It's 4x minus 3 equals 1. Then 4x equals 4, and then x equals 1. And then I plugged it into both, so you could do either one of those. And you still get 0 for y. And so your answer would be 1, 0. Alright, so let's check out the next section. Alright. Solve each system by using substitution. So this time, again, we don't have y equals or x equals. Again, it does not matter what variable you get by itself. If it does not have a variable by itself, get one of them by itself. If x has no numbers attached with it, I would find x. Okay? So if I look at A, I have 3y plus 2x equals 1. Well, that has some numbers attached to both the y and the x, so I'm not going to find that by itself. But the second one is negative 6x plus y equals 1. Well, this one, the y has nothing attached to it. So I'm going to get y by itself on that side. So the 6x is attached to the y, so I'm going to add 6x to both sides. So now I have y equals 6x plus 1. Now I can substitute. I could take this whole thing and plug it in for y at the top. So it would look like this. 3 parentheses 6x plus 1 parenthesis plus 2x equals 1. Now if you look, that means I have to distribute. So it'd be 18x plus 3 equals 2x equals 2x. Sorry, I didn't mean equals 2x. I meant plus 2x equals 1. Like terms, 18x and 2x go together. They're on the same side. You do the sign that it says. So it's 18x plus 2x is 20x plus 3 equals 1. So I subtract 3. So 20x equals negative 2 divided by 20. So x equals negative 1/10. Now, the best way to do this is take I'll take the purple. Put it in this one you had just turned into y equals. Don't go back up to the originals. So I would just go y equals 6 times negative 1/10 plus 1. So 6 times negative 1/10 is negative 6/10. I can reduce that. That equals negative 3/5 plus 1. Okay, they're opposite signs, so I'm subtracting them. So I have 1, and I'm subtracting 3/5, so that means I have 2/5. So y equals 2/5. Yes, your answers are not going to be easy answers. Sorry, they're not going to be whole numbers like yesterday's or your last lesson. So it's going to be negative 1/10 and 2/5. B. The top one has 6y and 8x. Again, they have numbers attached with it, so I don't want to have to divide by anything. So I'm with numbers in it, so I'm not going to worry about the top one. But the bottom one has a y. It has a negative y, so I'll divide by negative 1, but that's not that bad. So I'm first going to subtract by 2x to both sides. I'm going to move it over just so I can have room. So negative 2x plus 3 equals negative y. I moved it over here, you guys. Again, I'm not done yet, so I have to divide by negative 1 to everything. So y equals, I'm bringing it over here, 2x minus 3. Now, I need to plug in or substitute in for y. Woo, right over here. So it's saying that I'm going to multiply 6 and then 2x minus 3 plus 8x equals 28. Now, you guys, for what we're learning today and what we're going to learn on our next lesson, which is a new way that you've never seen before, those two are going to be the ones that you have to decide which one's going to be easier. But today you have to do this type of math. Okay? And tomorrow you have to do the new kind. But when we do our test, you can choose between this one or the other way. And I'll discuss that tomorrow with your next lesson with you. I will discuss it again. So you might go, I like the other way better. That's fine. Right now, you have to do it this way. Sorry. So distribute. So it's going to be 12x minus 18 plus 8x equals 28. 20x minus 18 equals 28. 20x equals, alright, it's 20x equals 46 divided by 20. X equals, sometimes decimals are better, so 2.3. Then you're going to plug it in. Best place to plug it in is back right up at the top. So I'm going to do 2 times 2.3 minus 3. Let me get the purple. 2 times 2.3 minus 3. Alright, so it's 2.3 and 1.6. For example 3, I'd like you to come into class looking at, I want you to look at it, try it out yourself, maybe look at your book, see if you can do it on your own, and if not, I want you to, we are going to do it as a group tomorrow in class. Bye.